Have you heard of John Ziegler? Let me ask you something. I want to know how many people have heard of how Obama got elected. It's posted on YouTube and there's a website. John Ziegler is a conservative talk show host who had made a video going around asking random voters about how they feel about Barack Obama. He comes to some of the supporters and he asks them questions about Obama's so-called associations with Bill Ayers and Jeremiah Wright, and many people are not aware of what's going on. And it also goes to what I hear on the radio by Sean Hannity, who goes around with one of his staff members asking people random questions about Governor Rod Blagojevich and about Ron Emanuel, the former congressman who's now chief of staff of the Obama administration. And I think to myself that 64 million Americans who voted for Barack Obama knew that Barack Obama offered something that they were interested in hearing. But unfortunately, for those who are still against Barack Obama, who continuously post comments at the bottom of the web pages, that many people like myself who post videos, I come to this conclusion that I will offer a rebuttal and an explanation on why I supported Barack Obama for the general election. And let me turn my back on you for that one. Okay, my name is Brian Beach. I live in Ohio. I live in a city called Dayton. Dayton has manufacturing jobs that are leaving constantly because of our turmoil with the government and, of course, NAFTA. GM had just recently closed in my city, and we're putting thousands of people out of jobs, and retail sales are down in the city alone, and many jobs are being closed up. I do blogging for YouTube because I am interested in finding out how the government can change our economy, how the government can at least provide affordable health care for many Americans, as well as jobs that will not ship overseas. I supported Barack Obama later on after I was a big fan of Ron Paul. Ron Paul was one of the Republican candidates that I was campaigning for, I contribute money to, and also posted videos in the beginning. When I saw Ron Paul on stage, I was amazed that he was pretty down to earth. And I thought to myself, well, I was more leaning towards libertarianism anyway, so I had to go for no government interference in private life. I was more in favor for a different direction in how the war in Iraq and Afghanistan would go. And among other things, I was interested in something that would benefit me as an American. Nonetheless, I thought to myself that when Ron Paul faced the uphill battle against Republican incumbents like John McCain and Mitt Romney, I think to myself, well, he wasn't really going to have the chance to become the president, and he was facing so much criticism and being shunned by the media. So after Ron Paul graciously bowed out in June of 2008, I decided to go for Barack Obama. Barack Obama does support the war in Afghanistan. He's against the war in Iraq. He says that mainly that due to the failed policies of the president and vice president, he decided that he wanted to go in to change the direction of how we're in Iraq and Afghanistan. He feels like the real battle is in Afghanistan. He faced so much controversy because of the former pastor of Trinity United Church, Jeremiah Wright, and the professor of the University of Chicago. I'm guessing it's the University of Illinois at Chicago, Professor Bill Ayers, who were 60s radicals back then, and they ignited a firestorm of controversy for Barack Obama in which he had to distance himself from the pastor as well as the professor. People like Sean Hannity, Rush Limbaugh, Bill O'Reilly, and Matt Drudge had inspired me to vote consistently and support Barack Obama because of the negative campaigning that the McCain-Palin campaign had done. Now, I was liking John McCain back in 2000, but he was defeated by George W. Bush. I voted for George W. Bush in 2000. I voted for John Kerry in 2004. Now I voted for Barack Obama in 2008. I voted for Democrats and Republicans in the past, and I continue to do that to this day. I tend to be more independent-minded, but most likely you're going to see me lean towards the Democratic Party because of the divisive strategies of the Republicans. I've made videos time after time trying to ask the Republican Party to at least extend their arms to African Americans, Asian Americans, Arab Americans, and Latino Americans. But they were never heard, and many people who are posting the comments at the bottom are forever stuck on that type of stuff that they call Kool-Aid. You know, basically, I'm doing myself a favor by posting videos on YouTube so many Americans can understand where I come from. I live in Dayton, Ohio, a community where crime is on the rise, jobs are being lost, and many people are leaving this city because of their manufacturing jobs leaving. And I'm still here, and I'm trying to do the best I can to make Dayton look good. I post videos about my community. I drive around and show people what type of buildings that are left behind after people leave. And I do it because it's a hobby. Simple. This is what I do for a living. This is why I voted for Barack Obama. It's because of the economy. Many people think it's because of race. Maybe that may have been a contributing factor. Maybe the world wanted to see America have a first African-American president. That's one thing that you cannot deny. And Barack Obama is well liked across the world. So it's basically simple. For those who are critics of Barack Obama, you're entitled to criticize him. You're entitled to criticize me. But my thing is, you're sore losers. Get over it. Move on. Figure out a strategy. I heard Bobby Jindal, the governor of Louisiana, he may be a potential threat to Barack Obama in 2012. Why don't y'all try to make him look good? Anyway, this is what I do for a living. This is Brian Beach. I'm speaking from the heart. I'm giving you an honest opinion about what's going on with the government, what's going on in my community, and of course the corrupt mainstream media. For all critics worldwide, prove me wrong. John Ziegler, get over yourself. Nobody heard of you, so why should we listen to what you say anyway?